A few months ago, the designer that you're about to meet was stuck in the same cycle that most designers find themselves in. He was undercharging, overworked, and wondering if running a studio was even his thing. Today, he's charging premium prices, working with dream clients, and operating like a seasoned studio owner. But here's what's interesting. The transformation wasn't about becoming a better designer. It was about something completely different. I'm Pete, I'm a designer and entrepreneur, and in this video, I'm going to show you how Jackson went from being an insecure freelancer to being a confident brand builder, including the mindset shifts and the business systems that had helped to make this happen for him. Let me start by showing you exactly where Jackson was before he joined Brand Mastery Accelerator. This will probably sound familiar.
I think when we first jumped on a call, I was very much off the back of working in advertising and thought that was kind of the height of creativity and where I wanted to be, and that was kind of like the successes. And then I think I'd always known that I wanted to work for myself or work directly with clients, and just never had that confidence of how I could run a studio.
Notice what Jackson said there. He had the skills, but he didn't have the confidence and the systems and the frameworks. And this is the exact problem I see with 90% of designers that I speak to. They create amazing work, they're incredible designers, but they just don't understand business, and they don't understand how to market themselves, they don't understand how to sell to people. It's heartbreaking. Here's where everything changed for Jackson. The breakthrough wasn't about design skills. Jackson already had those. It was about having a system that he could actually trust. Listen to this.
Yeah, for me, I think the biggest change has just been genuinely how I've managed as a business, and actually being a whole lot more professional when talking to people and they say, are you a freelancer? Are you doing this and that? And I was like, oh no, I'm a branding studio. I work with these people, CPG brands and kind of food, drink. And so I've got like my niche. I feel like the way I just talk about what I do is a whole lot more confident, and obviously that's part and part of like what I deliver I'm confident about as well. And so I think, yeah, you mentioned it, that like the work that I could do was probably is good or is like up to scratch for kind of a good brand, but the way I would deliver it would have been just really kind of lo-fi and non-professional. I think the biggest wins I had this year has been kind of, yeah, coming from that professional angle of going, here's my proposal, here's my kind of, different documents and kind of contracts or whatever, just to kind of go, this is how I operate.
And this is crucial. Jackson didn't become a better designer overnight. He became a better business owner. He went from winging it to having professional systems and contracts and processes in place. But here's the key insight. He didn't create those systems from scratch. He used existing systems that already work. And this just eliminated all the guesswork and gave him a ton of confidence. The real transformation happens the way Jackson now shows up for his clients. And this is where the magic happens. Now, let me show you the specific results that this produced for him.
I think mostly it's just having that kind of framework and the structure that you created with the Brand Master Accelerator, going through that process of going, stepping out your 5 or 6 points of like the spark process and going, this is my process, and me going, oh yeah, this is my process, and going, I know it's your process and it works for you, then obviously it's going to work for me. And just taking ownership of that and then saying, this is how I do things and I know it's right. Whereas if I didn't know it was something that I created myself, I'd probably be second guessing myself.
And this is the difference between confidence and competence. Jackson became more confident, not because he became more competent, but because he now has a system to rely on. You know, like when your process works, you stop second guessing shit and you start showing up as the true professional that you really are. But the real proof is always in the results. Let's talk about the actual numbers, and this is where theory meets reality.
Yeah, I think the amount that I made was probably about between, I think was a thing about six grand, about that, and then was about 2, and then I think it was about 4 for so yeah, between the 3 brands, it's kind of like, I don't know, just over 10, something about that.
So Jackson's now confidently making 5 figures. It's not so much about the money though. It's now that he works with clients who actually he enjoys working with, and they trust and respect his process. So he's not competing on price anymore. He's actually a strategic partner to the clients that he works with. But there's one more challenge he's still facing that most designers relate to. Even with the success he's had in the last few months, Jackson is still faced with the same problem that most design businesses face. Listen to this.
So for me right now, my main thing is just kind of getting more leads. And so I think the thing that scares me the most right now is work running out and not knowing where the next bit of work is.
And this is the natural evolution. You've got to master the delivery of your craft before you can master the lead generation. So it's 1 and then 2. So Jackson's in phase 2 now, which is a really exciting place to be. The solution isn't complicated, but it's going to require Jackson to do the same thing that got him here. It's to take action and push through the fear of the unknown and just do the thing. Here's what I told him. Dude, why don't you look at doing a webinar, man? Fuck, it's such a good way to get a lot of money into your business real quick. If you're ever in a situation where you're like, man, I'm stressing, like I don't have any leads coming in. Like honestly, running a live webinar is one of the most incredible things you can do. The same thing applies. You use proven systems instead of trying to figure this shit out on your own. Jackson succeeded because he followed frameworks that just already work. And now he just needs to apply the same approach to lead generation. If you're a designer and you're stuck in the same place Jackson was a few months ago, where you're super talented, but you don't have the business acumen and the confidence to do those deals, I share everything I've learned and everything I continue to build inside Brand Mastery Accelerator. The link is in the description if you're interested, but more importantly, take Jackson's approach. Push yourself into the unknown, use proven things that work, systems and frameworks that are already out there working for other people, and apply them to your own business. It's way easier to do that than just trying to figure this stuff all out on your own. What's the one thing in your design business you need to improve? Comment below and I'll try and answer it in an upcoming video.